A ver cómo suena esto. Si quiere funcionar en la computadora. ¿Suena lindo? El old school con el new school. Bueno, comenzamos con el sampleo. Let's start with the sampling of Un Verano en Nueva York, which translates in English to A Summer in New York, by the old group El Gran Combo de Puerto Rico, which is sung by Andy Montañez. Now, this is a very good homage that Benito is playing to old school Puerto Rican music, right? What really infuses the culture there. And you see it everywhere in music today, right? It's not like a ripoff, it's just sampling, right? There's these old school beats that influence the new school beats. And Benito's genius here to use that because there's a lot of Puerto Ricans in New York, right? And as the music and the culture's infiltrated, you know, America over the last century or two, there's obviously homage and respect paid to those who have, you know, created the path before them to be successful in music, right? Both on the island of Puerto Rico and here on the mainland in America. Vamos a ver. Si te quieres divertir con encanto y con primol, so if you want to have fun with enchantment, right, with primor, strength, all you have to do is live in New York for a summer, right? Because New York is the city of majesty, of showbiz, of energy, right? And that's why I imagine a lot of Puerto Ricans, a lot of Americans just relocate there for careers, for their dreams, right? And it's no different here with the man Bad Bunny himself, paying homage. He's lived in New York himself. I'll play the whole song because I know I'm going to be copyrighted. But let's go. 4 de julio, 4th of July, ando con mi primo borracho, Rulay. Los míos en el Bronx saben lo que hay, con la nota en high por Washington Heights. He's just kind of spitting off the bars right here real quick. You know, he's with his cousin, super drunk, chilling with his people in the Bronx, and then, you know, listening to his music blasted at a high volume in Washington Heights. And all these neighborhoods are known to be a high Hispanic population, right? Not only Puerto Ricans, there's Dominicans, there's Cubans, there's people, you know, from all over the Caribbean, as well as, you know, South and Latin America, right? And we see that depicted throughout lots of media, right? One of my favorite movies in the last couple of years was In the Heights for this depiction exactly, right? Of amalgamation of Hispanic cultures that kind of helps people feel proud of where they're from. Willie Colon was this artist, again, old school Puerto Rican artist who has an album called El Malo, or the bad one, the naughty one, right? Which is a play on words because he's a bad bunny, El Conejo Malo. Also kind of paying respects to Willie Colon, who was one of the more prominent salsa artists of the time. So then here, Benito keeps spitting bars, right? He says, El Perico Blanco, El Tusi Rosita, right? Which, I don't know if these videos, the point is to translate every slang verbatim. So I'll just say that these are illicit references to certain kinds of drugs that can be different colors and ingested. But then he goes on to say, oh, maybe it's better to avoid it, right? Mejor evita. And to just kind of take a shot of alcohol, right? Cañita, rum, and just go on with your day, right? To not mess with much of the hard drugs. And then at the end, he's like, con Bad Bunny voy a ser el rey de pop con reggaeton y dembow. So is Bad Bunny going to be the king of pop, right? Is he going to be the king of Latin American pop with reggaeton, dembow being Dominican, you know, kind of rap back in the day. Then he goes on just to repeat this phrase, and then at the end he's like, I feel like el lápiz en papel do, lápiz consciente being one of the original fathers of hip-hop on the island of the Dominican Republic. So Bad Bunny's again paying homage to, you know, the forefathers who kind of paved the way for his ascent in this genre of music. And he says, Cuando yo nací fue que nació el flow. So when I was born, you know, rappers' flows were born, right? Like he's spitting fire here, and he's kind of just establishing himself in the game, paying homage to those before him. And then here's one of my favorite kind of riffs off the song. De lao a lao, ping pong from side to side, right? Like ping pong games. Flow pesado, big pun. Flow pesado, right? He omits the D because that's how Puerto Ricans speak Spanish. But a heavy flow, right? Because of its beats, because of how fiery spitting the rhymes, as well as literal heaviness, because he then goes on to state Big Pun, right? Which is the name of a late and great rapper from Puerto Rico, Big Pun. And he literally was a very large individual, so he's using the word heavy in a literal sense there. And he says, Yo estoy en la mía, no tengo adversario, ¿no? Con los Yankees lo met Juan Soto, a correr que otra le vamos a sacar el estadio. So here he's kind of mentioning Juan Soto, who in the last year or so moved from the Yankees to the Mets, but still kind of likening himself to the greats in the MLB who can hit homers out of the park, just like he does with his music, right? Going to the top of the charts and being one of the greats, if not the best in the game. And then after another chorus, he goes with the interlude, which is just him, shh, cuidado que nadie te escuche. Shh, cuidado que nadie nos escuche. Which just means shh, quiet, so no one hears us, right? And he goes on to spit the fire verse second, which I was proud enough to memorize. Like, tú tienes piquete, mami, yo también. Tú estás bueno, yo estoy bueno también. Vuelo rico, ando con los de 100. Si tú lo quieres, lo tienes que mover. And then he repeats that, right? Which just means, you know, mommy, you have that flow, that bravado, that kind of flirtatiousness. So do I. You're good, I'm good, right? We're both either good looking, mutually attractive people, mutually successful, renowned people. If you have it, you got to move it, right? Si tú lo tienes que mover, right? That's why the music's playing, so we can move what our mother gave us. And yeah, and then he just, at the end with the outro, he's like, lo tiene que mover, just kind of like that. You know, what's very characteristic of reggaeton nowadays, where you're just repeating beats that doesn't become annoyingly repetitive, but it's just part of the, you know, sounds, right? The percussionist sounds of reggaeton, of dembow, of, you know, great music that Bad Bunny is kind of bringing back to us. But yeah, hopefully I was able to do justice to some of the slang. Again, this is a very quick opener to the album, but one of my favorites for sure. And a lot of quick one-liners that you can miss there. But stick around for the next one. We'll be reviewing each song here on Debi Tirar Más Fotos. And shoot comments down if you think I missed something or we can clarify something. Definitely still learning here, but arriba. Lo tiene que mover,